Well, that's annoying. I did this whole video and I didn't hit record. Oh, God. Oh, that's annoying. On this episode of Coding with Kate, I wanted to dive deeper into my next steps for gaining experience for a coding position. In my previous video, I gave the announcement that I did not get the coding position and that I was over and over again told that I didn't have enough coding experience and I should definitely look into billing positions where I can get that coding experience and coding knowledge. So I'm taking that advice and I have already applied to 4 billing positions within my hospital. The hospital that I was interviewing with for the Coder 1 position, they don't have any billing positions open. The 2 that they have are the 2 that I applied for and they closed. So they don't have anything else to offer. So looking at my hospital, or at least my hospital's network, we have 4 different positions within billing/revenue cycle management. And these are all in different locations and in slightly different areas or specialties, I guess you could say. With my hospital's network, we have several locations throughout the state and specifically within my area that have different specialties or offer different services. So some of their billing departments are geared more towards those specifications or specialties and things. So these are all slightly different as far as they all have different names, but from reading the descriptions, they all essentially have the same core responsibilities, but they have some other little differences sprinkled within there. So I wanted to go through each of these positions, actually verbatim read the job descriptions, so you can get an idea of what some of these billing positions actually do. And then I'll also give the salary, or at least the entry level, the minimum salary amount for these positions. And I'm not in billing, so half of the stuff in these descriptions, I don't honestly know what it means since I don't have experience in them, so a lot of this is speculation of what it means or why it's helpful to gain knowledge for coding. We'll see. But these are all within my area, so no more than a 15 to 20 minute drive. We have other billing positions that are even further out than that, but I do not want to have a long commute. It's just not what I do. I don't like it. And gas money, all of that stuff. When you get into winter, I don't want to be driving 45 minutes in the snow. Ugh, no. So we have a ton of healthcare facilities, etc. in my area that offer a lot of different positions, especially in billing. So we are very plentiful with our billing positions in this area. So the first one is Claims Processing Rep 2. So this is the second level of the Claims Processing Rep position. And it is part-time. So this one, responsible for the timely processing of insurance claims, which includes electronic transmissions, account, and other third-party billing, acts as a department resource and assists teams with more complex issues. Communicates with patients via phone or mail to obtain additional insurance information and interacts with departments and clinics to resolve charging issues affecting the claims. Reports trends with other departments that may improve the claim submission process, such as delayed coding and untimely charge application. Provides daily productivity statistics to support management analysis of receivables. Tracks medical records correspondence as it relates to claim processing. Acts as a resource person. Assists teams with more complex issues. Works with employees to resolve problems and may provide training to employees. Responsible for gathering quality audit information to assist in improving the department's efficiency and accuracy. So they bring up coding and claims processing. So we know that claims are the form, essentially, that has the healthcare info and the services that the patient wants the insurance company to pay for. And this position deals with making sure that the claims get to the insurance company, that they are filled out correctly, and if there are any coding issues, they are dealt with before being sent to the insurance company, or I assume when they're rejected, you would figure out what's wrong with it, fix it, or have the coders fix it, and then send it back. But that, I guess. So at least you're interacting somewhat with codes and the coders, I guess. This one, you just need a high school diploma at minimum, and typically requires 2 years of experience in the revenue cycle. I don't have that, the revenue cycle experience, but I have a high school diploma, so hopefully they think I'm experienced enough to attempt to have this job, I guess. And it looks like this one doesn't necessarily interact with patients. And if you do, it might just be a peripheral contacting them if we're missing info or need clarification on something. But it doesn't really say much with calling patients and talking with patients. So this job, from what I can tell, does not focus on or is not focused around calling patients or getting phone calls from patients. And the salary starts out at $15.10. All right, the next position is Patients Account Rep 1. So this is the first level of this job position. And this one is focused on or is based in the lab. So blood work, tissue samples, other types of lab tests. So all of the claims with this position are going to be dealt around or deal with the lab services, which I think is interesting, and I like the lab. It's fun. This one is full-time, and some of the portions of the job description are the same as the last one. So from here on out, if anything is the same, I'll just skip over it and just know, oh, what you heard in the very first position applies to this one as well. This one, responsible for the timely processing of insurance claims, blah, 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 same as last time. Conducts prompt collection of accounts receivable by reviewing assigned accounts for problems delaying payment and by facilitating the effective resolution of problems. Communicates with patients via phone or mail to obtain additional insurance information, and interacts with departments and clinics to resolve charging issues affecting the claims. Reviews assigned accounts for the following and takes appropriate course of action, including but not limited to internal and external problems that may cause a delay in payment, denial, resubmissions to insurance, and billing of patient or partial payments. Contacts insurance companies or any other person, organization, or department whose assistance is needed to obtain payment of our claim until it is paid for or rejected. So this one, the core job functions are pretty similar to the claims processing rep position. There's just very slight differences in who you interact with and whatnot. And also, the only services that are going to be on your claims are lab services. This one I'm also very interested in because you need a high school diploma at minimum and no experience required. So this one you literally don't need any experience. So I assume this is the position that kids right out of high school that know they want to get into the healthcare field and want some job, they're going to look at this one. You really don't need any experience. So hopefully I get an interview. And hopefully they don't think I'm overqualified and then bypass me. That will be frustrating. And the salary starts out at $14.05. All right, this other position, from what I can tell, it doesn't technically deal with billing per se, like what the other positions have stated in the job description. I just applied to this one because I found it insanely interesting. And it seems like a lot of fun. Medical Necessity Documentation Representative. This is full-time, And this one is completely different as far as what the job description says. So this might take a little bit to read. But we're going to do it because it's very interesting. Reviews and verifies physician prescription orders for durable medical equipment, or DME, to ensure accuracy and completeness. Coordinates the preparation and collection of documentation, including Certificate of Medical Necessity, CMN, and Statement of Medical Necessity, SMN, required by Medicare, Medicaid, and third-party payers to ensure all qualifying clinical and coverage criteria are met for reimbursement, improves DME revenue opportunities, and reduces the risk of lost revenue from unnecessary write-offs. Researches problems with prescriptions like incorrect physician listed, improper diagnosis, etc. that may cause a delay in billing, reimbursement, and takes appropriate actions for correction, which may include sending out letters, checking medical records, and calling patients and/or physicians to obtain correct information. Resubmits invalid CMN and SMN to physicians as needed. Coordinates the preparation and collection of documentation, including patient tests and procedure results required by payers to ensure all qualifying clinical and coverage criteria are met for reimbursement for DME, as well as compliance with applicable standards and regulations. Contacts insurance carriers to obtain benefit coverage, policy info, and pre-certification for patients. Performs follow-up on required CMN and SMN, evaluates all completed CMN and SMN to confirm that the appropriate info has been obtained, coordinates flow of all necessary paperwork to appropriate areas, educates patients, staff, and providers regarding referral and authorization requirements, payer coverage, eligibility guidelines, documentation requirements, and insurance-related changes or trends, develops relationships with outside entities to facilitate receipt of valid physician orders and to ensure regulatory and compliance regulations, maintains knowledge of and reference materials for Medicare, Medicaid, and third-party payer requirements, guidelines and policies, insurance plans requiring pre-authorization or referral, and a list of current accepted insurance plans. So that one just seems very heavy in documentation, in medical records, etc., and it's geared all towards the documentation needed to support the insurance paying for durable medical equipment. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm actually really interested in this one. I honestly don't think this would give me all of the experience needed for coding, because you don't really deal with codes, but you never know. I think it's interesting. This one, you need a high school diploma and typically requires 2 years of experience in durable medical equipment or in healthcare concepts of registration, insurance, and billing. I don't have that, but you never know. And this one, the salary starts out at $14.05. All right, let's go to the next one. And I think this is the last one. Yes. This one I have the most hope for, that this one I will hopefully, I better get a callback for this one. If not, I will be insanely surprised. So this is Patient Accounts Entry Rep 1. So this is the first level of this job position, and it says Entry Rep, so we can assume it's heavy in data entry, which I am totally good with. This is full-time. And it says, registers patients and guarantor demographics with current insurance information for assigned clients in a timely manner, responsible for the accurate keying of charged documents, acts as a department resource, and assists teams with more complex issues. Audits all coding and returns to coder if processed inappropriately. Coordinates benefits appropriately and determines the reassignment of claims, reviews, analyzes and corrects duplicate and/or incorrect accounts, makes requested and necessary adjustments to accounts, responds to telephone or correspondence inquiries or issues, resolves problems, forwards accounts to appropriate areas for rebilling or adjustment when necessary, identifies problems regarding registration, coding, or charging, acts as a resource person, assists teams with more complex issues, works with employees to resolve problems, and may provide training to employees. Responsible for gathering quality audit information to assist in improving the department's efficiency and accuracy. This one, you are heavily dealing with coding. So this one, from what I think this means as far as gaining coding experience, is when the claims for insurance to pay for the services. This job is all about making sure everything is correct. If there are any issues, having the codes adjusted or corrected, or having the coder make those adjustments or corrections before they are sent to the insurance company to ensure that it is a clean claim, that there are no issues with it and there will not be a denial. If there are denials, rejections, whichever word you want to use, then it's up to this person to figure out what those issues are and what they should do to fix it. Either this person can fix it themselves, or they send it back to the coders to have it fixed. This, I think, is going to be the position that will set me up best for gaining the coding knowledge and experience needed for an actual coding position. And it seems like you aren't technically talking with patients on a daily basis. That's not what this job revolves around. It's just if there's missing patient info or account info, then you need to call the patient and get that information. Or if the patient sees there's a problem, this information isn't correct, they call, I assume, this person, this job, and they fix whatever the problem is. I assume that's the extent of talking with patients and that it's very peripheral to what this job does. I hope. This one also, high school diploma, and it typically requires 2 years of experience in billing. I don't have that, but hopefully my 1 year in medical records is good enough. Let's hope. And then the salary starts at $15.10. So those are all the positions that I applied for. And once I find out if I got any interviews for these, or if I do get an offer for any of these, once I find out what the job fully entails, what it's like, what all of this really means, then I can come back and let you all know, this is what I learned, this is a good job to work towards coding, if it's helpful or not, or if it's a good job path. I'll be able to give you more information on what my thoughts are on that. And if I don't get any callbacks for any of these positions, I will be very disappointed and very discouraged. And as these positions come up, I'll just keep applying for them. But hopefully I get something. And if I'm applying, not getting anything, they're saying I don't have experience or something like that, and this is just going on for months, I'm just going to say, forget coding. Because that's just crazy. If I don't get any billing positions because I'm not qualified, I'm definitely not going to get any coding positions because I'm not qualified, and then I won't know what to do. I won't know how to help you all that are also newly certified or want to go into coding. I will have literally nothing to tell you all on how to get a coding job because I wasn't successful in doing so. And at that point, then I'm going to go for surgical technology. That's what I'm going to do. That's my backup plan. Hopefully it won't come to abandoning my quest to get a coding position and move to surgical technology. Yes, I do like surgical technology. It is a great field. I'm very interested in it, but I really think focusing on coding or billing to coding is much better to focus on right now, and then if that doesn't work out, then surgical technology. So keep your eyes posted for in the future. Hopefully it'll be before the end of the year that I at least get a billing position. I hope it won't take that long. I've been told that it does take a little while to get responses to these positions, which is annoying, but let's hope I'm in a billing position before the end of the year. So, if you have not done so already, subscribe to this channel so you can get notifications on all the videos that I post so you're always in the know. Also, comment below if you are currently in a billing position and you can give me, and all of us, more information on what it is about billing in more depth that gives more experience and knowledge for coding. I can only speculate because I'm not in billing, and I can only infer from these job descriptions what I think is the aspect that gains coding knowledge, but I'd like to at least get information directly from billers so they can expand on some of this information. So if you are in billing, let me know, because that will be very helpful. And also like this video if you enjoyed that I read verbatim what these billing positions say and what their job descriptions are. I think it's very helpful to give out this information, especially if you're in an area that doesn't have any billing positions open. So there's no way you can really read these job descriptions, and also see how it varies from area to area or parts of the country. These billing positions might vary greatly in what their job functions are. And also the salary range, I think that's very helpful. So hit the like button if you liked that I gave that information as well. And I'll see y'all later. Bye!